Hey everybody. Alright, so I'm back with Eye of the Beholder on Sega CD. So this game has been, again, similar to Pirates Gold, been released on a bunch of different platforms. It was on, I originally played it myself as a kid on DOS back in the day. There was like a whole series on DOS, it was Eye of the Beholder 1, 2, and 3. And on that one, you could actually like carry your characters between versions. So if I, beat the game with Eye of the Beholder 1 with my party, I could carry that party over to Eye of the Beholder 2 and then take that party into Eye of the Beholder 3, which was like really, really cool. So uh, this version is my favorite by far, and I didn't discover it until maybe 6, 7 months ago. Um, it's got a banging soundtrack. We'll be raving with some drow down in the dungeons. There's like a really good track when you get there's like a dwarven village. We'll go in there briefly. There's some really good sounds there. But something that this game does bring other than music, which the other versions don't. Except for the Super Nintendo version has music, and it's good, but that game is atrocious. And there's a Game Boy Advance version that I can't even compare this game to that because it's so bad. But this game has a killer soundtrack and the cutscenes. It's a voice acting, like I mentioned. So I'm gonna go ahead and let the intro here play because it is voice acted, and then we'll roll up a party. So.
We, the Lords of Waterdeep, have gathered to purge our city of an ancient evil. Give call to the heroes of the land, and let us choose our champions.
Master, they think they have found a solution.
This animation's so solid. It's like the exact animation they used from the DOS version, I think.
We commission you to find the nature of this evil and destroy it if you are able.
If you are able.
Prepare for the dangerous journey.
Like the hand slipping down for the book here. Oh man. Guy on the far left looks like a chubby Luigi.
Begin your search below the city.
Oh, it's a cave-in.
Their fates are sealed.
Alright. So that's our intro. And this is where we'll start. Alright. Cool. So we're gonna roll characters here. I did have like a preloaded party ready to go, but since we're a little ahead, we'll go ahead and roll characters and we'll talk a little bit about this. So, I usually go with dwarves in the front and then humans in the back, like every good party. Because the dwarves are more resistant to poison, and we'll get to a part on level 4 where we'll fight a bunch of spiders, and we don't want to be poisoned. So I'm also going to take fighters in the front. And we got a bunch of... There's some cool portraits here that don't exist in other versions of the game. Like this guy here, this guy, this knight doesn't exist in this version. So we're going to go with this guy. I like this guy a lot. And what we're going to actually do is... And this is kind of like the standard for this game in like the speedrunning world, I guess, is to max out your stats. It makes the game... I wouldn't say more beatable, like it's pretty beatable with like average stats, but I just find it like way more casual and fun to just max stats here. So And I'm actually using the Mega Drive mouse for this. I didn't know Genesis had a mouse, or I guess Mega Drive had a mouse that you could use. So I'm actually going to be using that for everything other than character creation here. I'm just doing the controller because it's quicker. So we'll keep. Let's see. We'll do. I'll just do Sega. Backspace. Typing in this like this, so we're already kind of experiencing one of the problems with the with this game. Not that there are many, but the cursor is not exactly accurate. It's kind of too big for the hitboxes that are available. So yeah, we're gonna be using that Sega mouse. Again, some portraits that don't exist in the other ones, like this one. This lady, that lady doesn't exist in the other ones. So yeah, it's pretty cool that they put some extra portraits in here. We're gonna go with this one because that's my favorite. And again, we'll max our stats here. So we'll have 2 fighters in the front. And those who are not familiar with second edition D&D rules, the 18/00 I'm going for. That's my strength, obviously, but the 00 makes it so I have. It's like you roll a 1d20 when you attack. I believe the 00 gives you the ability to crit on both a 19 and a 20. So it's just a little extra bonus damage there, which will be helpful. Alright, so that's the only time I really need to use the controller, is just maxing out there, so I don't have to click 100 times. So we'll keep this one. Alright, let's call this one Ween. SEGAWEEN. It's not offensive. Alright, so we need a human. We can do a human with a cleric. So in this game we'll be resting a bunch, and we want our healers to heal the party while we rest. Otherwise, we just have to sit there and wait. But we'll go with another guy who's not. He's not in the other ones, or at least doesn't look like that. So we want to have healing available to us the whole time, and we use it for some buffs. This game's very different in that the buffs only last for maybe 30 seconds at most, which is a disappointment because you use them a lot in the DOS version and they last not much longer, but at least like a minute and a half longer. So we say backspace. We'll just do like 20. We'll do 20. And then we need a mage. Not only for, well, we need a mage for 2 things. One is that they cast the haste spell, which we'll use later, which is less important in this game, but way more important in other games or other versions of the game. And they can use the wand at the end of the game that we're going to use to beat Xanathar, like the main bad guy. So if you don't have a wizard in your party, or somebody who's at least like half like fighter mage or something like that, you can't actually get all of the beholder quests. And we'll talk a little bit about those before we start here too. And like what 100% is. I haven't even talked about the category yet, but okay, so yeah, crap. Alright, so before we click play, I'll talk a little bit about why this is 100% and like how it's actually being judged. So there actually is a 100%. This game is actually designed with like a calculator in it for 100%, and the way it's calculated is you collect, you do all the beholder quests, which are like there's 12 floors in this game, and each floor has essentially a random task that you have to complete that they call beholder quests or beholder bonuses. So we have to do each one of those. In this version of the game, there's actually a map of each floor on the floor. So there's 12 maps that we have to pick up. Excuse me. And then lastly, we have to pick up all of the arrows in the game, which is weird and random, but kind of cool. So there's 26 arrows that we need to pick up throughout the game. So at the end, after all the credits will roll, and then we'll get like a readout of what our score is. It tells you how long it took you to beat it, how many steps you took, how many monsters you killed, and obviously the 100% on the beholder bonuses, the arrow collection, and the maps. So, all right, so we'll go ahead and get started here, and we'll do like 3, 2, 1, and go. So we start at as that cutscene suggested. There's a bit of a cave-in, so we're in the sewers, and we're gonna pick up this rock right off the start here. So the music in this game is like totally banging. It's really, really good, and I would recommend getting the soundtrack in some fashion if you can. It's just really good like background video game music. So I picked up those bones there just because, again, we're gonna have some time to kill. So you can revive. There's characters throughout the game that you can revive and invite into your party, and that's one of them right there. But all of those people are voice acted in this game, which is like kind of cool. The only part they didn't voice act in this game is the end of the game. Like the ending cutscene and stuff is not voice acted, which is sad. But they voice acted everything else that you could voice act, so it's pretty cool. But we'll revive that guy just so we can kind of show that off once we get there. So what I'm doing now is killing some of these kobolds here for our first quest, which is to put a dagger on a shelf. So, so that's where we're headed. We're gonna go ahead and come down this way, kill some more kobolds, take this dagger, put this dagger on the shelf, boom, quest done. So that is the first beholder quest done. And then the map for this floor is right around this corner here. And I'll kind of show what those look like too, because it's pretty cool. There's no other versions of this game that give you a map. So it's like we pick that up, and then if I click map in the UI here, it actually gives you like a cool little readout with like places you've been and stuff, and you can like switch through the floors. And I don't know, I thought it was really, really neat, and another reason why I really like this game, because it helps avoid getting lost. I mean, I like to draw out maps with the best of them, but it's nice to just have a reference point in game that shows you where you are. So, so very cool feature. All right, so I'm gonna pick up this shield because we're gonna have to use it for a little button. Pull down a pressure plate over here, and we're gonna find the first of 26 arrows right here. So it's one of 26. We are on our way, and then we go to the second floor. So the third floor of this game still gives me like gives me trouble sometimes. I don't know why it's the third floor, and I don't know why it gives me trouble, but I always get lost on it, and so I have a little map for reference out to the side here. But we're on level 2 right now, so we'll deal with this one while we're here. So go ahead, and so we're in this area here. I picked up, that's a small ration is what that is. I'll explain those a little bit more later, but short version is it's food that we don't really need. So picked up a silver key, just kind of going through the motions here. There's invisible walls all over the place in this game. This is one of them. We come in here to complete part of the beholder quest, which is to put a dagger into these like dagger slots here. So there's 4 of those dagger slots in this floor, and that's what we have to do to complete the quest. So come in here, dagger, and then it does like kind of shift the room when you do stuff too. It's kind of weird and disorienting. But then we walk through some more walls here, and then through here we find arrows 1 or 2 and 3. So we are on our way to arrow collection, and we pick up this food. It gives us a couple levels and a key. So you get XP for killing monsters, obviously, but like it seems like doing random things also gives you things that they feel are important. Gives you XP too, which is like pretty neat, actually. This is the door prying mechanic, which only exists on this floor, which is kind of weird. I always found that it was like pretty strange that they never use this mechanic more than this floor, and it's like the combined strength of your team allows you to just open doors when you click on them. And they just like really hammer it home here a bunch. But again, some more food that we'll talk about here in a bit. This red potion is a strength potion, which we'll use near the end of the game. And I use my cleric as like my key holder. so that's where I'm just used to dropping things into his inventory. Alright, so moving along here, we're going to pick up this dagger. This is our first portal key. I'll explain those when those come up, but that allows us to teleport around the dungeons quickly. So we're headed towards the last dagger slot here, so go ahead and drop this in here. We get our little fanfare and some more food, because why not? Trick or treat, and then we will continue. So that's a teleportation device we don't need yet. That's our map for this floor. Let's see, just making sure my splits are up to date here. Okay, and then 1, 2. So this is actually an elevator. So we just went down 2 floors and pry the door open again. And we got some zombies here. Just smack them around. See, it's Halloweeny. Okay. Alright, cool. We grab this key here. And we'll put this in his inventory. Don't need that there right now. Okay. We're gonna go back in our elevator. Go up one more, go back up to the first floor. We're going to take our first teleport here. And that sends us to the end of the level. Plug the key in there. Okay, now we're going to the 3rd floor. Alright, so here we find a bunch of arrows on this floor. And it's kind of a labyrinth down here, which I think is like why I struggle so much with this one. And it also has these twisty rooms here, so you might have just saw at the bottom of the screen there, it said you feel dizzy. Basically, it just spun me around in circles and no real indication that it happened other than the message and my compass. So what I'm actually doing is stepping onto the spot where it twists me around and then just backing up and turning around. And actually to progress through that area. So that was a hobgoblin. They're fine. We'll just ignore him though. We don't need him for right now. We'll take this arrow, which is number 4. 4 of 26. And we'll continue through here. Alright, so our next goal is to pick up some more arrows, as always. But the quest on this floor is to remove these blue gems that we'll be putting into these eye sockets as part of another way to get like a puzzle. So pick up another arrow. This is arrow 5. Use one of our keys to make this button appear. And then we just walk straight. We're going to avoid those holes that just pop out of nowhere. Grab this red gem. We'll be using that as a key here in a bit. Go through here. Right, this is where I get lost sometimes, so I'm going to try and not get lost here. I just generally want to go south here. Like, that's our main goal. Not get lost is the key here. Alright, now we're good. I know where we are. We also don't want to fall in any holes if I can help it, because I have not practiced what exactly happens if I fall down one of these holes. I mean, I know I take damage, but I don't know exactly where I end up. So we're just not going to do that, and then it won't be a problem. Alright, plug the red gem in there. Kill these like weird guys here. We'll grab that food. That's the last ration we'll need to pick up. So that's all done. Actually kind of nervous here, so I'm just gonna say because I was talking about it. But it's really not a huge deal. It's just it would delay things quite a bit. But also, like, there is some input lag here. This game actually, of the games that are on the consoles, this game actually handles the input lag the best by far. But it still does have a little bit of input lag, and if you go to I'll go to click something, it won't take the input, or it'll register the input on one of the, a different arrow, and that could end up with me launching myself into a pit by accident. So just take some precautions around that. We're actually gonna stop by another corpse up here too that we'll pick up and resurrect, so we can listen to the cutscene later. There we go. I don't remember what those monsters are called, but that's another thing I really like about this game too, is it showcases a lot of the classic, especially from 2nd edition monsters in Dungeons and Dragons. So it's and they're really cool, animations and graphically speaking, it's really cool. Alright, I don't want to get lost here either. I need to go southwest-ish. That's where we're headed. We just got hit by something, but we're just gonna keep going. And this is where we'll find our second corpse. Oh, and apparently get hit from someone behind us. This is actually probably the most challenging version of this game too. The DOS version, it's really easy to just kind of, oh, here's our map for this level, that's where we were headed. But like I said, here's another corpse. We'll pick this one up. Actually, is that a short sword or a long sword? Oh, it's a long sword. That's okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the most challenging one, I think, out of all of the versions, just because it's so much faster paced. I mean, I think that checks out for most Sega games, right? Like, everything is pretty fast paced, and that's what makes them better than maybe some of their counterparts on other versions or other consoles. But if this was the first one I was playing, it would probably feel a little too difficult. But coming from like the DOS version, where you can just basically, kite, dance around monsters and never take damage, it's nice to have a change of difficulty. And again, with like the buff spells lasting not as much time and things like that, I think it's a pretty cool experience to play it on this. So right now we're finishing. This is not the Beholder Quest itself, but it leads into the Beholder Quest. Putting these gems in these eye sockets opens up this middle room. And I'm also I'm getting turned around and spun around and stuff like that. You're not noticing it because it doesn't actually show you on the right away sometimes on the compass there. But yeah, so I'm kind of backing into corners to manipulate the spin to put me to the next area I need to be in. So right now I'll back up here. And yeah, so now there's another blue gem here, and then we got to do one more set of eyes. This is the actual Beholder Quest, is taking out all the blue gems, so that one's done. And then we have another strength potion, and then we'll pick up this armor. It's just some chainmail. That'll end up on the cleric later. Oops, there's an arrow there that I need. Don't want to forget that. That's arrow number 10. Make sure we grab that, because it would be really hard to get back up here. Alright, so now we're hitting level 4. This is, if you don't like spiders, actually, this part is actually, the spider sprites are actually really cool. But they are highly detailed, in my opinion, and kind of creepy, so just that's your warning, I guess. if you have arachnophobia, I apologize. But we will hopefully make short work of them, so they won't be on screen very long. So we're gonna hack through these spider webs here. What I'm doing now is I'm trying to pick up some more arrows as per the usual, but there's actually a secret panel right over here, like where that spider just was. If I step here, that gets rid of a wall, or at least it should, down this way. Sometimes there's a bug and it doesn't get rid of the wall piece that I'm expecting. We'll see if it happens this time. And then, that's okay though. I never prayed for spells or anything, so we actually don't have any spells memorized, which is not a big deal, but we're gonna camp right in front of these spiders for a few hours, because that'll be fine. But what we're doing is getting a bless spell here, which just increases my chances of hitting these guys and lowers my chances of getting poisoned, because there's quite a few spiders through here. Okay, and then we're not going to forget the scepter. The scepter, I always forget the scepter. We're not forgetting the scepter. Alright, so we're going next door to get another arrow. This is arrow 11. And then we go south here, and this wall on the left should be gone, so it's not. So now I just need to quickly check my map for reference. So sometimes this bugs out, no pun intended, and that wall doesn't disappear, so we have to approach. There's an arrow hidden behind there. We just have to approach it from a different direction. So we just have to come from this way, and then this way. Here we go. So this is where we were trying to get to. The shortcut wasn't there, but that's okay. We quickly recovered. What it does do, so we pick up this arrow. It's arrow 12, but it causes some extra spiders to spawn, which we'll deal with here. Okay, this way. Ooh. It's okay though, because more spiders equals more XP. And my bless spell has already run out ages ago. It goes so fast. But we should be fine. We're mostly through things now. And we're on arrow 12 or 13. I can count. Alright, so now we're making our way kind of back to where we came into this level. We ran by it. I didn't look at it, but there's a keyhole over here, and that's why we grabbed that key. This is the dwarf key. So each set of floors has a unique set of keys that go with them. So that one was so this floor is the dwarf keys. Alright, so we're gonna open this door, pull this gargoyle hand down. This closes a pit, and then we're at our next beholder quest right here, which is an interesting, again, random one. So we need to move these walls into a certain position, which is here. The walls are actually moving as I moved, and then just pull this chain, and then that's a beholder quest apparently. So we're going to do that, pull the hand on that gargoyle, which will close another pit. So we're going to use one of our dwarf keys here. We're going to grab this axe, which is a +3 axe, which is a big deal in this game. +3 is almost as high as you go. There's another +3 sword, but we're not going to pick that one up. We're going to opt for a +5 sword, which I'll talk more about when we get there. But alright, so we got another dwarf key, and I pulled another lever there to close another pit. So this place we're going, which is right over here. So there were 3 holes here. We don't have to worry about those anymore because we pulled the levers. We go down these unnecessarily long hallways, and we're going to take a right over here and into this little side room, which will be our map for this floor. Alright, and then we're almost to our first cutscene here. My favorite cutscene, there's a wizard we're gonna fight, and he's my favorite voice actor. But we'll listen to the dwarf tale down here once we get into the dwarf town, and listen to their plight, which we will of course help them with. Grabbing a key here. This will get us into the dwarf town. Go. And then we will have a chat and figure out what we're even down here doing.
I am Armand, spokesman of this clan.
Okay, Arma.
Of course we have information on the location of the exits from these halls. But in our hour of need, I have no time to help you. However, if you would be willing to help us...
Okay, sure. Let's hear the proposal.
Our clan is descended from the dwarves who built these great halls. Here, our ancestors live in peace, until the hordes of evil creatures drove them out and into the realms of men and elves. On the surface, our numbers dwindled. Finally, our leader, King Tirgo, gathered our people and led us underground in search of our ancestral home. Using secret knowledge passed down through the royal family, we finally discovered these stone-carved halls. The halls were vast, and we only explored a small portion before we had to make camp in an enclosed area decorated with a stone portal. But while the camp slept, the stone portal flared with magical light. From the light, a horde of drow charged us. They were led by a female they called Shindia. We rose up and fought the Dark Ones, though we were exhausted by long weeks of travel. Both sides suffered many casualties, but in the end, we forced them to retreat into the portal from which they came. The battle was costly. King Tirgo was wounded by a poisoned dagger, and now lies in eternal sleep. Nothing our cleric can do will wake him. His only son, Prince Kirgar, was captured by the invading drow. With no member of the royal family among us, we no longer have access to their secret knowledge of the exits from these halls. Now we wait, while our cleric heals our surviving warriors. Once prepared, we will try to rescue our prince and avenge the fall of Tergo. Our numbers are small, but we would rather fight to our
Beat
deaths
band name.
than
Fall of
abandon our
Tiergo.
prince to the drow. Unless, if your party were to rescue Prince Gergar from the drow and return him to us, he could give you information about the exits from these halls. You would have your information, and we would have our prince. So, will you help us?
So this is a pretty important yes or no answer here. If you want to get all the quests, you have to help him.
Take this. Shindia dropped it in the battle. It is the key to activate the portal through which she and her minions came. Our ancestors built the portals to transport them from one location to another quickly. When the portal doorway is touched with the right object, the portal is activated.
This part feels like a different voice
We would
actor.
have followed Shindia and her drow elves back through the portal, but we are not ready to confront them. The Ancient Ones also used powerful magic such
It's more
as this
Grover. It's
to
got
gain
more
knowledge.
Grover coming in on this one.
Legend has it that there is an oracle of knowledge, and the key to its operation is the powerful black orb. By placing an orb into the oracle, its power is released. Our cleric can help heal your wounds. Be careful not to tax him too heavily. He has been healing the wounds of our warriors and trying to revive the king from his poisoned sleep.
His mouth's still going there. Okay. What else you got for me? This is by far the longest cutscene in the game, but
One other thing. A young dwarven warrior would like to join you in your quest to find the prince. Will you allow him to join you?
so we're gonna say no on this guy, just because we don't really need him, and he's a warrior who ends up in like the. So you can actually have 6 party members, and so he'll end up in like the way back, and even in the middle, he can't actually reach the front. So it's kind of pointless to have more than 4 characters, really, unless they're like wizards. But this is my favorite song in the game too. It's just really good. You don't get to hear it much. We're gonna talk to the healer here in a second, and we'll revive one of the characters. We won't take him with us, but yeah, this is a good beat. Okay. The healer is always happy to see us too.
Yes. How can I help you?
How can I help you? All right, so we're gonna resurrect Todd Uphill.
I'm not quite sure how it is I'm down here. You say I was dead? The last thing I remember was falling down into one of the sewage drains. Hey, it's not funny. I'm a serious adventurer.
So serious.
I've been charged to complete many important quests. Perhaps you could find a use for a skilled rogue in your party.
Nope, sorry. Rogues are useless in all Dungeons and Dragons games.
You're lost, fools.
He's so upset. Yeah, this voice acting is real good. So, so we can only use the healer one portal, like every time we travel through a portal and come back, like that's the trigger. So we'll come back, we'll do some more next time I come through, because we'll come back through the Dwarf Town again. But we'll get back on our quest here of 100% completion here. So, we're taking a little secret doorway out of the back of the Dwarf Town. We'll grab our map for this floor. And then we will. Our next quest is to put some food on a shelf. So, you know, that's a theme that's going on here a lot. So we're going to stack up some food on this shelf right here. Boom. Beholder quest done. These beholders are tricksy. Alright, so we're going to pick up this scroll. It's a scroll of haste. We're actually just going to scribe that now so I don't forget. So that's the only spell our mage will be casting. And Then we pick up this necklace, which is actually the most important of the stone portal tools here. And so we're actually about to just drop and leave the one that the dwarf guy just gave us. Because again, to complete this beholder quest, we're going to put some stuff on shelves. So we put these 3 items on shelves. Boom. Done. And then we're going to leave that pendant stone there, as we don't need that one to get anywhere we're going in the game. Even to get 100%, we don't even need that item, which I think is funny. So we're going to use the dagger. We picked this up in the sewers. And this will take us to level 9. So this is pretty deep into the dungeon. So there's some scary monsters down here, mainly displacer beasts and rust monsters, but we will be able to dispatch them with relative ease, thanks to our super overpowered characters, because we gave them good stats. And we will pick up to arrow number 16 here. Alright, so that's our first set of displacer beasts. We're going to fight a couple others. After we, so this room, that one we just walked through, that hallway is like the hallway of thieves. If we had entered from the other direction, we would have had to, our items would have been stolen from us. But now, since we entered from the south, it's not a problem. Yeah, so we're going to be Raven down here too. This is like my second favorite track, I think, in the game. So we throw some food and some other random stuff on these buttons, which opens up the doorway to some more displacer beasts. Raven with the drow down here. So this is Halloweeny, right? Like everybody goes to a Halloween rave. Everyone's been to one of those. Okay. Go through a couple doors here. More displacer beasts. They're kind of cute looking. I like them. We get another one here. We're about to run into our first rust monster, so I'm going to save just because I don't want to lose any of our items. Every time they hit us, they have a chance to destroy a piece of inventory. So we just don't want that to happen. And I missed all 4 swings, so that's not great. It's alright, we got through it. Okay, that's the map for level 9. We're going to run down here, we're going to grab the Sword of Severus. Sword of Snape. That's what it's called in the main games. Not the Sword of Snape, but Sword of Severus. And some plate mail. So, funny thing with that sword is if you're playing the DOS version, it's actually the best. I mean, even in this version. Oh crap, I just got turned around. Alright, I hit the wrong button there. You can carry that sword through all of the games, and it's by far the best weapon in the entire series. So, it's definitely worth going out of the way to pick up in Eye of the Beholder 1 to be able to use it all through Eye of the Beholder 3. It'll never replace it. It's a really good weapon. Alright, so we're gonna head back to the dwarf area here. We'll stop by the healer and we'll resurrect somebody else. We'll get a little cutscene action there. I feel like the voice acting was done by like 3 different people, and they were just kind of changing the pitch of their voice, and like kind of gargling some water or something when they were talking. It's kind of funny. It's like classic, like old school cutscene stuff. We also get we'll get a little cutscene here because we're re-entering the dwarf town. He doesn't really say much. I don't think he says anything. Yeah, it just kind of shows him, which is funny. Just blinks at us a couple times, and then we move on with the rest of our lives. So we'll check the healer again. And we can actually skip cutscenes in this game too, which is cool. Like,
Yes. How can I help you?
Which is ahead of its time, I feel like. So we'll revive Anya.
My companions and I died fighting the minions of Xanathar. I expected to awaken in the afterlife, not in the dungeons where I had fallen. I do not like this place, but I am a fighter.
A fighter.
I will join you in your hunt for Xanathar, so that I may avenge the deaths of my companions.
No. So we will not bring her with us. She'll get
Then
sad.
our paths must separate. I will exact my own revenge upon Xanathar. May the luck of the hunter guide you.
That hunter luck. Alright. That's 2. I'm trying to remember if I know off the top of my head where a third one is. We might run into one. If I come across one, I'll make sure I grab it. But for the most part, that's there's like 2 more people you can revive, I think, or 3. But yeah, still pretty cool that they did the voice acting for all of them. I think I would do a cutscene percent someday and go through and revive all the people. Those 2 are definitely the best that you can revive, in my opinion, in terms of voice acting. It's just like in terms of them being like funny. So, all right. So what's happening in this room is some pits are opening behind me. It's like a puzzle. You have to navigate this a certain way, otherwise you'll get dropped down into the next floor, which is the Kenku floor, which is my least favorite floor in the game. But we'll talk more about that when we get there. Just picked up that ring. It's a ring of featherfall, so when we jump down holes, our mage won't take damage. And then we open up this, which opens a portal to a spider who's just hanging out. And now we're going to open up a shortcut back to the dwarven village there, kill some more spiders, and avoid falling in a pit that's over here. Kill that guy. Alright, there's a pit off to the right there, which we don't want to step on. Can't see it, but it's there. And then go through a couple invisible walls to teleporter lag area. So we this is really laggy here because of the teleport animation there. It's in like all of the games are like this. None of them handle it well. And then we just pull these 3 levers to open up the path to the next floor. Alright. So we haven't picked up any arrows in a while. There won't be any on this next floor. Or the floor after, I don't think. But we are going to fight a bunch of Kenkus, which is basically just birdmen. So we're going to fight a bunch of birdmen. Here we need to drop some weapons. Because again, elaborate puzzles with putting stuff on things. To open this door. So the most annoying thing about Kenkus is each one has 2 shots of magic missile. And the animation when you get hit with a magic missile takes forever. Also notice, like, the thumbs on the hands, like, kind of get distorted and break, like the graphics on the thumb. It's pretty funny. I don't know why it does that, but it's like a little, you get like a sausage thumb when you get hit by magic missiles, apparently. Alright, so go through here, some darts get shot at us when we step on that platform there. We'll come back for those darts. That's another beholder quest that I'll explain in a bit. Right now we're just going to keep getting popped in the face with magic missiles. And we're just collecting these eggs, which I'll explain here in a bit once we get... There we go. Okay. Just want to not get lost there. Sometimes I get turned around. But the eggs we're going to use as that's another beholder quest. That's the beholder quest for this floor. We need to get 10 of them and put them back in the nest. I pick up these daggers as we need 12 daggers to put in these traps that I'll explain once I get there. But for now, we're about to get to the best voice acting scene here. Just gotta memorize a certain amount of spells here. Want some prayer, remove paralysis. And then we want to memorize our haste spell. Then we're gonna rest a little bit. So we're about to fight. In the main game, he's kind of inconsequential. He just like explains the story. But in this version, he holds the map that you need for the floor. But more importantly, for our purposes, and getting through the game quickly, he also has a wand of a cone of cold, which is like really good at taking out groups of monsters. So we'll watch this cutscene and I'll explain more.
Waterdeep saviors of the weak.
He really goes
We
Grover,
didn't
like really
realize
go,
how
like it is the
many
voice
other
actor who does
adventurers
Grover.
have been sent to find the truth about the evils underground. Well, rented redeemers, let me give you the benefit of my vast and profound knowledge. Xanathar has been undermining Waterdeep for years. When Waterdeep is sufficiently weakened, he will lead his minions in conquest of the unsuspecting city. The only way to stop Xanathar is to kill him, and that would be virtually impossible without the wand of Sylvius. As I understand it, the dwarves have the magical artifact, but
Right
they
there.
do not know what they possess.
So much
The
Grover.
drow know that the
Thanks for the
wand of
bits.
Sylvius
16
is
bits, no
powerful,
diggity.
but not of its use against Xanathar. You see, the wand is one of the few magic items that can affect the beholder, because it is made from a beholder's eye stalk. Stupid drow. They're supposed to be Xanathar's allies. But they plan to finish off the dwarves, steal the wand, and use it to raid the city.
It tells like the
This
whole
would
plan.
alert the lords of Waterdeep to the immensity of the threat from below ground and delay Xanathar's plans of conquest. So, I have to stop the drow and get the wand of Sylvius for myself. You see, my friends, I have no intention of stopping Xanathar until he has completed the conquest of Waterdeep. After the conquest, Xanathar will be at his weakest. Only then will I strike. Xanathar will be at my mercy, and Waterdeep will be mine.
Yeah, it's Santa Claus, so it's also a Christmas game. Didn't even know that.
Waterdeep, I need only get the wand of Sylvius. And, of course, kill you.
Santa Claus. Alrighty, so that's our buddy random mage guy with no name. So he's gonna shoot either a lightning bolt or a cone of cold at us. Regardless, it's gonna bounce back and hit him too. Oh, looks like all my spells expired. That's interesting. I didn't know that happened. So apparently while you're watching the cutscene, your spell timer is counting down. Alright, so what happened there is... oops. Did I not? I don't know if I saved. I can't remember if I saved there or not. I'm not going to take the risk. I'm just going to deal with these Kenkus one at a time. But, so he actually has a chance to drop a Wand of Cold there. And I wanted that from him, but he didn't drop it. It's random if he drops it or not. I can't remember if I saved. I don't think I did. So I don't want to have to reload, like, all the way back. But that's fine. It'll take us a little bit longer to get through these, but again, we're not in a hurry, so we'll be okay. Oh. And like the sort of the sword that we have, the +5 longsword, is like really good anyway, so it shouldn't take too long for us to get through. It's just a lot of Kenkus to kill. Alright. Alright, here we go. Smack him. We kind of like, there's like a weird kind of like turn timer. So every step they take is like their turn. And then like them turning to face you is also a turn. So we kind of use the, use that to our advantage to get in extra attacks where we can. So instead of like just charging in and attacking them, I'll try to bring them out into a hallway or something like that and wait for them to turn into me. Or like, you know, I'll wait for them to turn into me, wait for them to have to make that turn. So I'll get like a round of attacks on them before they can actually do anything. So it's actually going pretty well, given that we don't have the Cone of Cold wand here. The animation for that wand is really, really long, so in this version. In the other versions of the game, it's really, really fast. Not really fast, but fast. Much faster than this one. This is the room with the most Kenkus in it. There's 5 in here. Apparently there's only 4 in here right now, but I'll take that. You gotta get the little bent thumb going on here. There we go. Okay. So we pick up our last egg here. So this is the beholder quest for this floor. Is to pick up all 10 of the Kenku eggs and return them to the Kenku nest, which is right here. Oh, somebody just fired a magic missile at me from somewhere. And then those 2 guys are firing them. There we go. So this is why the Chrono Cold Wand is really good, because when they get in these groups, it like almost kills them all instantly most of the time. If not, it brings them down to at least like there's only 1 hit left till they're dead. I'm gonna we have to drop the 10 Kenku eggs on the floor. We'll get our fanfare here. Alright, we pick up 1 for now, and we're gonna use that to bribe the drow that are downstairs. Little do they know, we have many more Kenku eggs, but we're only going to bribe them with 1. We'll get to that in a bit. So go ahead and smack around some more Kenkus here. It's more of the same for this floor. We are going to go pick up... what? That's... Oh, got turned around there. Yeah, so we are going to go pick up some more darts. And so that's going to be a beholder quest on floor 7, I think it is. You get kind of turned around a bunch with the portals and everything, so I kind of lose track of what floor I'm on. But I'm pretty sure it's the beholder quest for floor 7. But well, first we gotta fall down these holes, pick up some more dwarf keys. We're gonna need 3 of these to get out of this floor. So we pick up these here. And we head upstairs. We'll pick up our darts that blasted us in the face here. There's a lot of force damage in this level, which is kind of a bummer. Because resting takes so long. Click on the wrong guy here. Okay. Alright, so we have everything we need on this floor for now. So, like I said, we'll use our dwarf keys here. There's also hidden Kenku in here. I call him Kevin. Kevin the Kenku. He's right in here. He's the only one. He's stuck behind the wall. Alright, so now we will make our way down to the drow here. We're going to get a little cutscene.
Okay, troll bait. Give me one reason why I shouldn't run you to the slave pens.
Run? So the guy in the back right is he's got like a dopey face going on him. But we're going to bribe him with the Kenku egg.
A bit young, but potentially useful. Alright, you can pass. But keep out of our way.
That mustache is so good too. Such a good mustache. Alright, so that's pretty important on this floor. Drow are pretty awful in this game. They hit really, really hard, they attack quickly, and they can also paralyze you. So by bribing them with a single Kenku egg, we don't have to deal with any of that, and we can just walk around this floor freely, which is nice. And this is the rave music again. So we're gonna be raving again with the drows down here. We start getting back to our arrow collection on this floor as well. So this is arrow 17. Beat's about to drop real hard here too. There it is. Alright, so that's arrows up to 20. Then we're going to go get arrow 21 over here. Okay, so we're heading over this way to pick up another gold key. So this button here actually triggers a fireball trap. We're not going to look to our right. We're going to let end right here. Stepping here also fires another fireball. We're not going to turn to our right because if we're looking at that fireball or even close to looking at that fireball, it like plays a sound and makes an animation and stuff like that. It takes a while, so we're just going to skip that by not looking at it. So this part here can be a little risky. So we're going to start fighting undead knights now. These guys are not great. They hurt a lot and attack quickly, but that's what we want to happen. Oh, well, it sort of happened, but didn't. So we got one of them. So we want the cleric to turn undead there. Oh, that's not good. Okay, good, he lived. So turn undead makes it so that the creature has to move away from you as far as it can go until it gets stuck. What happened there is like it actually worked on one of them, but then the other one like kind of walked into the other, and it acted like they collided when they actually didn't. So that canceled out the turn undead, where we could have just like walked by them, no problem. We had to fight one, and they hurt a lot. So, all right. We're making our way back. There's the Drowsel hanging out in there. But we are going to go down some stairs. I'm going to go get... did I get that arrow? I think I got that arrow. Yeah, because we're at 21 now. Yeah, okay. I'll just make sure my count is right. I don't want to miss any. So we pick up more red gems here and a drow key. And then we're going to do another Beholder quest, which involves taking an item and throwing it into a cubbyhole. Because again, Beholders just like you to put things away. So this wall right here, I'm going to take this, we're going to throw something there. Like, how about some food? And then fanfare. Okay, so and we're going to take these gems, and we're going to turn them into jeweled keys. And get XP for it, apparently. I didn't realize that you got XP for that. That's cool. So we'll use most of these jeweled keys in the next section here. I always make 4. I think you only need 3, but we use the jeweled key here. Now we're kind of entering it's like an undead dungeon, so there's a bunch of those skeletal knights, but luckily we only need to kill 3 of them, I think, in total. So take this red gem, put this gem here. Depending on how well this... Yeah, so it'll actually only be 2, depending on how well this goes up here. So we want this guy to turn undead once we open this door. There we go. And then we can just pick up the map. Oops. Crap. Click something I shouldn't have. There we go. Back to the game. Alright, so that was the map of floor 7. Well, that guy's walking back and forth. So now we're going to pick up 3 more arrows, which would be almost all of the arrows in the game. We're going to rest here. We will memorize some spells, get some more haste, pray for a few things. We're going to want prayer, and then cure serious wounds and protection from evil. And then we will rest. So something this game doesn't have that the other versions do is if you might have noticed there when I went to rest, it asked me if my healers wanted to heal the party while I was resting, and it's like, yeah, of course, most of the time you do. There's really no reason you wouldn't ever not want that to happen. But if you accidentally say no there, you have to sit the whole time while your party rests, which takes a really, really long time because you're only getting like 1 HP back an hour, and it takes forever. So, and you can usually quit out of that in the older version, the other versions of the game, but you can't in this version for whatever reason. All right. So we do want to buff here a little bit. Yeah, there was no music in the DOS version, which is why you wouldn't remember it. It was a game with no music at all. The Super Nintendo version definitely has the second best set of music, but that game is trash, and no one should ever play it. It's just really awful controls. It's a Capcom game too, which is surprising. Like Capcom produced it or whatever, and it's so bad. Even with like the mouse, because you can use the SNES mouse, and it doesn't make it any better. It's so bad. Alright, so we picked up our arrows there. The only other worse version of this game is the Game Boy Advance version. That one is like, it's not even like the same game, it's just bad. But if you're looking for a bad D&D game to play, give it a try. But yeah, we're just smacking around some of these skeletons here while we're raving. Get some boots and pants going here. Alright, gem key, drow key. Oops, I forgot that she just has it in her hand. What? Oh, okay, because I already put that in there. Yeah, definitely, like, controller is, like, manageable in this game, though the one thing the Super Nintendo version does have over this one is, there we go. Is that there's controller shortcuts to get to the character screens quicker and like access your weapons faster and things like that. And this game doesn't have that, at least not with the controller configurations I've tried. So it's not as controller friendly as it probably could be. But anyway, so we're back here at the dwarf area here. We need to pick up. We need to loop back around to the Kenku level and pick up another stone portal key item here. It's going to be the ring. It's surprising that they don't have whoa, random Kenku downstairs making tons of noise. What's going on? I've never seen a Kenku there. That's interesting. But anyway, it's interesting that they don't consider the portal keys a part of 100%. Because, like, I figured they're pretty key things you have to pick up in the game, whereas, like, arrows are pretty random. So I don't know. It's interesting that they did that. So we pick up 3 Kenku eggs here. That's a beholder quest coming up. We're gonna need 3 of those. And then we're gonna go back down to the drow floor here. I'm gonna quickly pick up. There's actually a little bit of optimization in my route that I can do with this part. I didn't put it in for this particular marathon because I didn't want to change my route after I realized it could be more efficient and then get all confused. But I can do this part here while I'm getting the arrows and doing the other parts. So basically I just come up here and grab this portal ring. And I could do that as a part of my other trip here, but I just didn't want to confuse myself changing the route so late, but definitely room for improvement. So we got that now. Now we go back up to the Kenku floor. Drow's just hanging out. What up? And we will use this ring here to teleport us to floor 10. So beholder bonus 10 is to put these 3 Kenku eggs in these shelves, because again, that's what you do. And, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, you're always just putting stuff in shelves. And you'll get ambushed by mantis monsters, which we're going to fight here. And you can actually there's like some pretty decent accessory like rings you can pick up by completing this quest. But we're not going to grab them because we don't need them. As cool as they may be. Alright, so these guys are definitely the most annoying monsters in the game, I would say, for sure. They're very, very fast, and like they seem to get like 2 turns with one action, so like they can move and immediately attack, whereas not every monster can do that. So it's they're a little much to handle sometimes. I'm actually gonna take, just in case. This is a Wand of Cold, too. I'm just going to pick that up. It's back up in case we end up needing it. Alright, so as soon as I drop this in the shelf, I'm going to get ambushed by a bunch of mantis guys, so I have to quickly get out of this room before I die. And then we just lock them in their room. So, there we go. Actually, we can do some more... Actually, I'm going to save here. We can do some more cutscenes. How much time we got? We got 45 minutes still. We're getting near the end here. But we can check this out. So this is more cutscenes here.
Wait! Please! Don't kill me! Look, I know a lot, and I can give you important information. I can tell you how to save the king. That's worth something, isn't it? I'm no good to you dead.
What do we do? I guess we can hear her out. Let's see what she has to say.
It's obvious you know of Xanathar's plot. He kidnapped Prince Kirgar to turn the drow and the dwarves against each other. Because
What
we
a
knew the king was
twist.
too stubborn to brainwash, I poisoned him. The only way to revive him from his coma is with the potion that I stashed on the level below, in the room of the levers.
What was that? Oh man, she's gone. So such a trickster. Yeah, the first few rooms in the SNES version too, it's like, what game am I even playing here? Like, it's so hard to even control that game. Alright, so we'll also go over here, because the prince is over here, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, yeah.
Please, you must free me. I need to return to my clan and avert the war between the dwarves and the drow.
And the drow. Yeah, let's free him. You can also kill him, which is pretty crazy. I don't know why you would do that, but...
I thank thee for the timely rescue. Now I must hurry to my people to warn them of 2 foul traps. First, the drow community was not behind my kidnapping. It was Xanathar's minion Shindia. If my people mistakenly attack the drow in their search for me, the drow will annihilate them with superior numbers. Second, if my people continue their search for our ancestral home, they will run directly into Xanathar himself. I gather from Shindia's comments that Xanathar has set up his main quarters right in the heart of our ancient city.
His hindquarters, I mean main quarters.
And stop them from attacking the drow or assaulting Xanathar. Will you accompany me, brave adventurers?
So we'll take him along, because well, I think you'll get an extra cutscene if we bring him back to the dwarves there, so we'll do that. Why not? I think he is starving, so we'll have to figure out food, but... Alright, and so we've done everything here. Let's see if we can give him some... Is there food over here or something? No. It's alright, we can mix it up a little bit here. Let's do that. Oh, actually, we'll add a create food charge there. We'll get him all healed up. He's not going to see any action, really, anyway, so... Although he is good cover, I guess, for my cleric and my mage in the back. He'll take the hits instead of them if we get in a situation where we're being attacked from behind. But we'll just do this so everyone has food now. Alright, so now we're moving to floor 8. We'll finally get to use all of those darts that we picked up earlier in the game. This portal is also the only portal that's one way, so I can't put the scepter back in here and travel back through the portal. It's really weird. That was something I got stuck on as a kid a lot, is like, where do I go from here? And then I'd get in here and die and not be able to get back. This game was also like one of those games where if you saved in the wrong spot, you were like soft locked and dead. So like you could also just like get stuck and run out of food if you don't know where you're going, and I don't know. It's one of those style games. Okay. Alrighty. So this hallway up here, it's like call it like the fireball hallway. So whenever you step on certain parts here, fireballs are going to shoot at you. So there's a lot of lag again when it comes to spells in this game, and even like not even in just the Sega CD version, but all versions of this game. There's a lot of lag when spells are on the screen, or any sort of like what you would consider intense graphics for the time. So just gotta be really careful there. I made that look a little bit easier than it actually is, but there's pits on the sides of those rooms, and if you try to duck into one of those little side cubbies too soon or too late, depending on which section of the hall you're in, you'll fall down into a pit, which we are going to want to do actually in a few minutes, but not right this second. First, we want to do a wholesale slaughter of these hellhounds. And then we're on our way to the map for this floor over in this corner here. This guy's got a lot of health. Okay. There we go. So I smacked around those hellhounds, grab this map, and we find a secret button on the wall there. And I got this button to make this wall disappear. This little trick room here like rotates you around, but we don't mess with that at all, so we just keep going. Alright, now we are in the room of many darts. So we have to do here. Oh, I didn't pick up all the darts I needed. Okay, we're gonna fix that, and then we're gonna come back. Alright, so let's see, how can I fix this? I just said that I can't go through that scepter room anymore. So give me a second here. I was talking too much. We're on floor. I can fix this. Okay. So we are, let's see. It's alright, we're gonna get to explore a little bit of the area that we would not normally see. I think if I go that way, we'll be okay. So, okay. So a little bit of an audible here. Again, we're not super pressed for time here, so not really worried. We're gonna get back up to where we were. I think this way. We have to fight some extra guys here. A lot of driders, excuse me, not drows. They're driders. But luckily driders are a piece of cake. So are hellhounds. I think the HP of monsters were brought down a bit in this game, which is actually pretty good given like the lack of ability to maneuver here. Alright, so yeah, this will bring us back. It's actually not too bad to fix this. This is not a horrible problem to have. Alright, and we have our... This is like... I got in the habit of like throwing away the portal keys once I didn't need them anymore. And I think from now on I'm never going to do that ever again. Because there's been a lot of situations where I'm like, oh man, now I have to backtrack. And I threw out the portal key like a dummy. So, alright. We'll go this way. It's really easy to get more darts. You just go over here, and 1, 2, that's 4 more darts. That's what we need. It's actually, if I had started that puzzle, I guess you could call it a puzzle, and had not given it all of the darts, it would reset when I went to a different floor. So I'd have to get like more darts, more darts now. But yeah, so in this case, I didn't put any in, so no harm, no foul there. Alright, so okay, I'm not going to throw away the portal key. I'm going to pick up the scepter. Alright, we got about 40 minutes to wrap this up. Definitely should be able to do it in under that time, no problem, even with more cutscenes. So I think we're on good pace now. After the amazing Pirate's Gold run I had, which was wildly unexpected. Okay. Just have to remember how to fix these parts. It just is as simple as this. It is not. Does that fix it? There we go. Okay. Cool. Alright, so now we're just, it's like it never happens. We have plenty of daggers now, or darts rather. Oh, and this way is open. Oh, that's cool. That means I get to skip. Oh, but I did get turned around. Okay. Well, that door is usually closed from the other side, so because I went through to backtrack, I was able to skip that fireball hallway again, which is good. Alright, anyway, so back to what we were supposed to be doing, which is putting the darts in all of these slots here. This is thrilling adventuring here, brought to you by Xanathar and all of his tricky puzzles. Alright. Alright, cool. Alright. And if one was so inclined, you could actually step on the pad there and it would fire out all the darts you just put in, but they'd be all upgraded to +5 darts. Which is cool, like if you're okay with picking up weapons that you throw, which I'm not. It's just really annoying to have to go through and pick everything up every time you throw something, so it's not really worth it. But what we did there is, so that's the fireball hallway. We just jumped down a hole that I was avoiding last time because I was avoiding fireballs, but this time we wanted to fall. We're going to throw this food at that wall, which is going to bounce off and make that wall disappear for reasons. So, alright, so now we're on to our last 2 arrows of the game. So this is arrow 25. And we're in like the mantis caves now. There's a lot of mantis to fight down here. It's like the mantis nest, basically. Alright. Oh, you don't want to... So, the bad part about these guys is they can paralyze us. I don't know why that guy's just hanging out there. I've never seen that before. But, okay, his head's like turned around too. That's weird. It was like Exorcist mantis guy. That's weird. Have they like not seen me yet or something? I don't know what's happening. Now, so that's what we don't want to see happen. We don't want to see people get paralyzed. Yeah. Alright, I'm actually going to use the Cone of Cold, so you can see the Cone of Cold animation here. I might just switch. Kigar might get some playtime here. I might pull him off the bench. He's way too low of a level, and his stats are trash because he's just a random character, so it's probably not worth putting him in there. Alright, I'm gonna kill this guy first. Oh, I swung too early there. Hope I don't pay for that. There we go. Okay. So that's our last arrow, so that's 100% arrows. Okay. Okay. Mantises are down. We need to kill one more who's guarding the map in here. See that like move and attack thing? It's not great. Blast him with this now because both my fighters are paralyzed for the time being. There we go. Alright, so that's the map for floor 10. Oops. Blast him with the Cone of Cold again. Hopefully that'll kill him. If not, I actually am going to put Kigar in the front here. Kirgar, whatever. There we go. Cone of Cold is an awesome spell. Alright, so here we are. We flip this lever twice. This rotates this wall behind us. We flip this twice again. Rotates it to this direction. We'll take this ring here. It's another ring of Featherfall. And then we can stop swapping here. Alright, so now we are in like another little... This is floor 11. There's like a little puzzle here. So this room is like a giant box, like a square. We just have to line up all these buttons to open the doors in each cardinal direction. So we actually want to go north first, so we have to open these in the proper order here. Okay. Alright. Alright, so now we're about to get the Beholder quest for floor 11. But this is the room of the levers that drow lady was telling us about. We just pull each one of these one time, and that makes the potion that she was speaking about appear here. So, nice fancy looking potion that's going to heal our Dwarf King. And then we put this scroll on here, and then we pull levers 2, 3, 6, and 8, and that's a Beholder quest done. But you have to have the scroll in there for that to trigger. So again, more shelf, more putting stuff away, keeping things tidy. That's what beholders are all about. Alright, so we're going to adjust our spell list here. Prayer, 3 of these. Got that. And we can get an extra haste spell. Oh, no, we already got 2. So we're going to rest one more time. If things go well, this will be the last rest of the run. We still have 2 more cutscenes to watch, so we're not close to wrapping up quite yet. But we're near on the end. And we'll have the credits to play out. So yeah, I should be finishing right around like 6:50 or so, right around where we're lined up to end. So, all right. So we're gonna fight some pretty tough monsters around the corner. I can't remember their name, but they are historically pretty tough D&D monsters. Their name begins with an X. I can't remember what it is though. But anyway, there's a bunch of them down here, and they hurt a lot. So we do our buffing there, and then we actually drank the 2 potions of strength that we brought from earlier in the game. We use those so that we can taking the hits in the back. Look at that! What a champion! We're gonna have to come back through here anyway, so I might as well just finish these guys off. But that saved hit the mage getting hit there. It would be bad if he died though. I would feel bad bringing back the prince, but he's dead, and it was kind of my fault. But alright, so we pick up our second to last portal key that we're picking up for the rest of the game. How did he die? I don't know. I left him basically with what he was wearing when he was a prisoner, and I just allowed monsters to smack him in the back over and over again. But anyway, so that's the last part we have to do for the north section. Now we go to the east section. Here we're going to fight everybody's favorite mind flayers. So they're right down here. Ooh, there's one down here. You got to be careful with the mind flayers though, because they do psionic attacks, which will paralyze our whole team, and if that happens, that's an insta-kill, and it's a game over. So I'll probably save once I kill this guy here, just to be the Krakens, just to be a little safe. It's not too much that we have to go back and do, but we'd have to go beat those rock monsters all over again, and nobody wants to do that. They go down pretty easy, especially in this game, so that's good. We're just picking up a couple keys. We have the final, the map for floor 11 down here in the corner. Again, the sprite model is pretty cool for them too. We don't really get to see them much because I want them dead immediately, but they are really neat and well done in this game. They look really cool in the DOS version too. Alright, one more to kill. Well, technically 2 more, but we'll deal with that one in a little bit. Okay. Actually, there's someone to revive in here too, so we'll get another revive cutscene too. It's gotta uncover the body here. That character, the one we're gonna revive there is pretty decent. I think she's a high-level wizard, or like a mage cleric or something. I don't know. She's not entirely useless like most of the other characters. So, all right. So we're gonna take, now that we have the holy symbol portal key. That's our last one. We're gonna take this. This brings us back to that kind of hub room where we can portal to all different places, as we see here. I'm gonna plug the necklace in here. This will take us back to the dwarves, and we'll get some cutscene action in there, talking about bringing the prince back and saving the king and doing all the things we're supposed to do. So here we go.
Beyond hope, you have returned with Prince Gergar. How can we possibly thank you?
Lore has it there is an ancient throne room about 7 levels down. In the throne room there is a secret door in the north wall. The door opens to a long underground passageway, which should take you to the lands just east of Waterdeep.
I don't know what he's talking about there, but Because I don't know where that is. That's not how we get out of here.
Brave adventurers, you have saved my life. Please accept this, our most precious gift. I can tell you little about it, save only that it will aid you in your darkest hour.
Boom. Wand. They really hold it there too for a while before you can even do, like, you can take any action. It's like, take it in. Take in that wand. So what's cool about this version of the game is this wand actually looks different than other wands. So in other versions, it's just the stick, but in this one, it's actually it actually looks different, which is cool. All right, yeah, you got to really feel what you're getting there. All right, so we'll revive
Yes.
that person we just found
You.
for funsies here. Oh, the wizard was down.
You
Yeah,
mean I was dead? Now
typo.
you probably think
You
I
mean I
killed
was
you
end
for
dead
resurrecting
right there?
me. I care nothing for your commission from the Lords of Waterdeep. But we seem to be heading down the same path. I am Kiroth,
Oh, he's a
the
wizard.
greatest wizard of the realms. I seek the special magics that Xanathar is alleged to possess. Perhaps we can help each other. At least you might benefit from my talents and power.
Nah. He's got some very red eyes. What have you been doing while you were dead, man?
Have it your way. Like as not, I am probably better off without you getting in my way.
So you think, sir. All right. There was one body that we could have revived. When I got the Sword of Severus, I didn't realize that I totally overlooked another body there. That was it's a paladin, and he has some voice acting stuff too. But too far to backtrack at this point. But that was one I missed. And then there's definitely one more. So that's like 5 people that you can revive, at least. So, all right. Oh, we still have the prince with us. Oh, you might die, friend, but okay. All right. We need to go back to floor 11. We have everything we need, right? Yeah. Okay. I was just distracted by so many cutscenes. All right. So we're gonna have to slip by. Oops. What am I doing here? Gonna slip by another, or kill a mind flayer. Slip by some more of those twisty rock monsters. Coming up here. And then that will take us to the final floor of the game with Xanathar. The credits are like a couple minutes long after we beat Xanathar, and Xanathar has a cutscene that takes a few minutes, so say we're in like a 10-minute warning here for the end. I thought that cutscene with the prince was longer, but I guess it's not. It's kind of disappointing. But yeah, we'll have to watch the whole credits to make sure the run is legit, because we have to see if I got 100%. But okay. Alrighty, so we put the orb in here. So the soundtrack for this floor is kind of strange. I hear there's like, you can hear birds in the background. I don't know why you can hear birds, but like there's like birds tweeting. I still haven't seen Beholder. We're about to see a Beholder. We're gonna fight some golems first. We're about to eye a Beholder. Alright. So I'm just gonna throw haste on. These golems can be kind of annoying. Doesn't really matter who dies at this point. Xanathar has the ability to delete anybody in one hit. So I'm not worried about anybody losing life or anything like that. The most important thing is that he doesn't kill the mage, because again, the mage is the only one that can use that wand. So, alright. Alright, here we go. Alright, so that's the last map we need, so we should have 12 maps now. We have 26 arrows. We've done all of the 12 Beholder quests, 11 Beholder quests. Beholder Quest 12 is pushing Xanathar into his own trap. So we're about to do that. Let's see. Alright, yeah, the eye decorations are... It's like, really, kind of excessive, really, honestly. But we'll watch this this last cutscene. It's actually a pretty cool cutscene. Finally get to see a Beholder. That's what we've all been waiting for.
So, despite my traps, you petty hirelings of the Lords of Waterdeep managed to make it here after all.
Finally.
How unfortunate for you.
Not only get to see one, you get to see two angles.
Sad for me as well. I enjoyed immensely watching you fight my minions and stumble through my traps. Of course, I'm responsible for creating the traps. Just as I am responsible
Exactly. Finally,
for
it's Halloween.
creating a plan that will bring all of Waterdeep under my absolute control.
Yeah, it's really good, actually. It looks really good.
Cannot be allowed to interfere with my brilliant plan. Surrender to me now, and perhaps I will grant you mercy.
Yeah, like all the assets in this game are really good in my opinion. So you can actually surrender here, and if you surrender, you still fight him, but you drop all of your items on the ground in front of you. So we'll attack. So he can cast like an instant death spell right here, which will kill 1 to all of my party, but he didn't do that, so that's good. We'll just slide over here, and we wait for him to come around the corner. Cross that little threshold, that shoots him with a fireball. Oh, welcome, thanks for the raid. You're just about to see the end of Eye of the Beholder here. So he just fired a little fireball at us. He's gonna move. We're gonna shimmy this way. We're gonna blast him with this wand, which pushes him back. We're gonna blast him again. And then we pin him in here, and he's dead. So sad. So that's the end of the game. We'll definitely watch the credits and stuff. That'll take a little bit of time. This part isn't voice acted, which makes me really sad. Again, this is the only part of the game that's not voice acted. I mean, they have the narrator from the beginning. I don't know why they wouldn't have used the same narrator to do this part. It's not even that long, but there's also a really good like this music is really good here at the end while the credits are rolling and things like that. But these cutscenes are like the same cutscenes you get in the DOS version too, so it kind of just gives you like the same kind of thing. But he's like even talking here, and there's no voiceover, and they flash the text so fast you can barely read it. It's like I don't know. Like all of a sudden they were like, "Oh, we have to wrap this up. Like stop all voice acting. Like just display the text as quickly as you can." Thanks for the GGs, everybody. But yeah, highly recommend this game. It's much more approachable. Well, it's harder. It's much more approachable than some of the other ones, just again because you can find the maps, and they get some pretty good indicators on where you are in on the map and things like that. So it's much harder to get lost in this one than a lot of the other versions. The DOS version is definitely my preferred favorite, but it's just in terms of like playing casually. But this one is good if you can get your hands on it. It's kind of like I would say like a hidden gem on the Sega CD. It's really cool. I cheated and used AI to make the artwork with that, but yeah, I made it as much as it took me to prompt ChatGPT. It came out really good actually. So I was trying to make like a pirate one, but like I got the beholder on the first try, and then the AI was just being really, really dumb after that, so I didn't want to push my luck anymore to try and get a good one. Because that one was like, the first thing I prompted was like, give me a beholder in a Halloween costume, and it just did it. So, yeah, right? I agree. GPT, useful for something? Something you couldn't just Google search? Yeah. I like that the translation supervise is mistranslated. It's not supervisors, it's just translation supervise. It's par for the course for games back in the day like this, though. Alright, we're in the thanks to section, which is nearing the end here. We'll get the end screen, and then we'll know if I did 100%, if I got everything or not. Again, the final beholder quest was to push Xanathar back into that trap. So you kind of heard the fanfare there that got cut off, which I kind of like. It's kind of funny. Alright, so it says the end, we click, and it's the moment of truth. Did I do it? I did. So 100% everything. Killed 143 enemies. I like that it tracks all that kind of, all the statistics here. It's pretty neat. But my favorite here is that it says, congratulations on completing all 12 beholder bonuses. The names of the characters in your winning beholder bonus party are, and then you get like a password. So that's literally just a copy paste from all the other versions of the game. The only version of the game that I've beat where I've done all the beholder bonuses where they actually list your party members' names is the DOS one. It doesn't work in any of the other versions. It's super weird. But anyway, that's Eye of the Beholder. So I guess you could like mail the password to there. So back when I played this on DOS when I was a kid, there was like a thing you could mail like a request in for like the strategy guide or whatever. So I think you were supposed to like mail that code to the strategy guide place, and then they would like send you back like, I don't know, documentation related to the game, maybe even the strategy guide, but I think that's like what it was used for. But clearly it was never taken out of the code. So it just kind of gives you a code and you don't know what it's for. But yeah, it's interesting. And it's different every time. It's not the same thing. So it's like, it's just supposed to generate every time you do the beholder bonus stuff. But yeah, cool. Well, thank you all for watching. Thanks for having me on SEGAWEEN. Thanks Booster Shane for hosting everything. And enjoy the rest of the marathon. Looks like we got Zombie Revenge coming up, which is I'm into that. So have a good night, everybody.